Hello, YouTube fans, and why not carry on with my favourite films of 1982. I talked about third form, and I've got to admit, it was a fun roller coaster. Without ado, carry on with part two of my favourite films of 1982. So I'll make a start with this one. It's a good one. There, that being Poltergeist. That's right, Poltergeist. Now, I don't give a shit about the tours, about all the deaths and everything else. It was very sad, but in my eyes, it's just superstition. But it was a good film. It was a very well made film. There was debate at the time who directed it. Was it John Hooper? Was it Steven Spielberg? But nevertheless, a damn good film. You see, in my eyes, there's two ways of looking at this. Which did it better, the shipmate or the original? The original, hands down. Good practical effects. The Freaky family. It was funny. It had humour in it. It was sad. It had good performance in it. And you know what else it had? What you're never going to see ever again. Good practical special effects. Yeah, I like the second Poltergeist. Without the first, you wouldn't have had what it is. And yes, it's a classic. It's a classic. And it's sad in one way. It's sad because we all know the older sister got brutally murdered by a boyfriend. We all know the story, and we know at the time she was going to do V, the miniseries. She was going to star as the character called Robin, and we all know that was never to be. And she was sadly lost her life. But we all know that. We all know after that, the Poltergeist 2, the Indian died of cancer. The one that played Chain, the ghost, he died of cancer. Just never completed the film. They had to work around his death. And then we all know the sad death of Everett Rook when they was doing that one. But nevertheless, I still like Poltergeist. I like the performance. I like the freaky family. I like the horror. The bit with the bodies are flying all over the place. And yeah, it's a good film. So that's Poltergeist. My other favourite one would have to be, if I can remember it, The Entity. True story. Some of it is Mickey Mouse, some of it is too, but it's psychological. It's suspenseful. It's scary when it wants to be. It has a really, really good story. That has to be The Entity. Yeah, there's bits where you could say, did it happen? Was it made up? Did all this shit happen? But yeah, fuck it, The Entity. And the other one would have to be with Jeff Goldblum, Tron. At the time, Walt Disney wanted to do their own version of Star Wars. Star Wars was raking it in. It was a big hit film of the late 70s. We all know it did a follow up in 1980 with The Empire Strikes Back. So Walt Disney, before they fucking did do Star Wars, they decided to do their own version, that being Tron. Normally, I'm not a lover of that. I've got to be open. I've got to be honest. I'm not a lover of Walt Disney films, right? But Tron, I liked it. I like the fact it's got Jeff Bridges, one of my favourite actors. You've got David Warner, one of my other favourite actors. May he rest in peace, as the main villain. It's one of them films where they use CTR. It was all computer effects, but I think it went for that film. I've got to be open. I've got to be honest. I think it went with that film. The effects, there are bits now I would say it's dated, but there are bits I like about it. I like the bit where he's on the motorbike. I like the bit where he throws the fist spare, and you know that every time somebody gets wiped out. There were cock ups in the film, right? There were cock ups at the time, and it was done by a Chinese company what bought the rights. But even the cock ups, tiff at that time. And I wish they would add the deleted scenes in and maybe do a version with the deleted scenes in it, because Tron had a lot of deleted scenes, right? I'll be open and honest, had a lot, and I mean a lot of deleted scenes. What I wish was put back in the film. Some I could take it or leave it. Some I wish was in it, but I like Tron. I know the love interest had to use loads and loads of rate to play the roles. It looked really pretty in that era. And I just like Tron. I think it's a good story. I like the idea it's a guy trapped in a computer game, and he has to pay the dame to get out. So Tron, fuck it, it's a Fishby for me. So that's Tron. Think of other favourite films of 1982 I like. Fuck it. This is a film not a lot of people talk about, don't think about anymore. And when you think about it, it's a horror, it's an action film, and it's Chuck Norris. I miss Chuck Norris in them golden days. And basically, it's called Silent Rage. Never seen Silent Rage? You've missed a hidden gem. It's about to die, it's a bit psychotic, he kills a woman, he gets shot to fuck, he gets brought back from the dead with this needle, this drug overdose, an experiment drug, and it's all like Michael Mathers without the mask. Nothing can kill him, you can shoot him, you can blow him up, you can burn the fucker, and he won't die. He just will not die. And I love to see him with Chuck Norris as an epic fight. Yeah, the bit what pisses me off, and they got bikers in it, and this was the typical stereotype film where they make out bikers to be triple horses. You got one fast in the tits and all this shit. But if you get past that, it's still a good film. I mean, you get past all that, it's a good film. I love the fight scenes in it, very tolerated. I like Chuck Norris's partner. There's a funny bit where he's talking about a dog, what he put in the refrigerator. Makes you feel sad when he gets killed. It's a good one. There's just some really good horror moments in it. It's pretty chilling, it's pretty scary. I like the one that played the psychopath. And it's a bit of a sad story, really. They was going to do another film that was very unestimated, but had a similar story with a psychopath. That was going to be the first Power. And originally he was going to star as the psycho in that, but a lot of people said he weren't a good actor and all this, and I thought it was the same. I'd have been interested to see what would have happened if he would have got that role. He does make a small role in the first Power, but I would wish he was in that after playing the psycho in this film. But it weren't to be. I do like the actor that just played the psycho in first Power though. But yeah, I'd actually like this one, that being Silent Rage from 1982. Then we get into other ones. Let me think. From that golden era of films, from the golden days of 1982. Big films I like, some I think are shit, but the ones I'm talking about is my favourite ones. Ones I think are hidden gems. Say it again. Ones I think are hidden gems from that golden era of 1982. So let me think of other ones I like. What are my favourite fucking films? I like shit today. I do apologise. The lighting's a bit shit, a bit blurry. Hopefully it'll get better probably next week when I do another YouTube vid. And my next one I would say is my favourite is the Smash It sequel, being Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Time. I love Star Trek 2. When you think about it, Star Trek 2 was a lot more violent than any of the films, even the TV show. And the part about the actor that played Tan. Now, Tan, as you know, was in one of the early episodes of Star Trek. And there's a bit where I wish they had an epic fight scene in it in Star Trek, the Wrath of Time. You want to see a good fight scene with Captain Kirk and that. Wait till you get to the third one. But I do like it. I like it. I like the bit where Captain Kirk goes overload. He goes, Time! Time! I love that. I love the dog fighting with the Enterprise. Yeah, it's a bit sad now, and it is sad. We all know the actor's no longer with us. It's a bit where Dr. Spock self-sacrifices himself. Does the thought of brought him back in that one, the search for Spock. But I do like it. I like, yeah, to me it's a bit thingy now in effects, like the leaks is going in the air. But for its time, that used to freak me out. When I first saw that uncut, in its uncut form, when you got the leech going in the air, it's dead traffic, and Dolores is going ape. The only problem with that bit is though, you got the character called Dolores, right? Remember his name, right? And he didn't really come into it into that one and that one. He didn't come into the series, is what I'm on about. And then in the first series, Tom was in it. And yeah, I could take him, I could find it funny with his David Bowie lapping fucking hairpiece. It's pretty laughable. This fucking old guy with big blonde hair. But I like that. I mean, and I do know they did him a special test to make him look mustier. But I liked it. I thought it was a good film. I like the music in it. Is it as memorable as the music in the motion picture, no, but I still like the theme too. It's sad at the end with Dr. Spock self-sacrifices himself even more as the actor's no longer with us, being James Seymour. And I like Star Trek, The Wrath of Time. It's a lot more violent than the other ones, without repeating myself, but it's a good one. Has an epic dogfight with the Enterprise and the ships. Yeah, what can I say about Star Trek The Wrath of Time? It was a good worthy sequel. It definitely made a lot more after that. And yeah, I like Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Time. So into them, be smart, be safe. See you later.